Yep, we live in effect. Hey, it's TK the Poet with beautifully. Nah. Hello, what's going on? We here. We got a champion. Now it's time to talk about it. Yeah. Hold on. Supposed to turn that down.
Oh, normally it's you every week. Every week.
Hey, but this week it's not. So we have a winner, y'all. We will bring the winner up, the champion of Poetry Life. We will bring him up. But right now, we have one of the judges. Give me a thumbs up if you ready, Nikki Royale.
Yeah, because he likes to bring people up that ain't nowhere close to being.
Okay, she ready. She ready. We Miss Nikki Royale, one of the judges on the spot, came in the clutch.
Gotta mute it.
Well, she gotta unmute herself.
Oh.
You gotta unmute yourself, Miss Nikki.
My bad.
We live in effect. What you over there whipping it up?
Hey, it's Sunday. I'm cooking.
Oh, it is Sunday. Sunday meals.
Yeah.
Let me find out you be in that kitchen whipping at work.
I make it do what it do. Don't play now.
Okay. So we have one of the judges here. We're waiting for people to come in and fall in, but I want to introduce to y'all the champion, the two-time champion of Poetry Life. He came in the last round murdering stuff. He said, if you don't say my name with respect, you're going to say it now. I'm going to bring to the stage Phin the human.
What's
What's
going on?
going on?
Hey.
Go ahead and shout out your slogan, man.
Man, the slogan is I ain't your hero, I ain't your villain. It's just me. I'm Phin the human.
Phin the human. He's in the building. He's in the building, man. Congratulations, first and foremost, to
Appreciate it.
the reigning champion, the current champion. Man, all that. He is the champion of Poetry Life. We are here. So you said,
No, we gotta.
You got an echo?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was saying. But it's
we're gonna do what we gotta do.
No, it's just a little feedback. But it's cool. We here. But you know, so Phin,
Yes, sir.
how do it feel being champion?
And that was a tough competition, man. That was there was a lot of work that went into it. I think you saw everybody putting in that work, but yeah, especially that last round. You right now, that wasn't a 5 minute written session.
No, it wasn't.
No.
You could not tell me that lie. But I'm glad that you admitted that it took you longer than 5 minutes to come up with that scheme. But it's okay. It was still lyrically sounding great as usual.
I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I had stuff I was working on, and then I heard y'all's live, and you came up with that idea, and I was like, that is kind of dope, and it goes with one of the things I was working on. I was working on something about perspective, and so I'm like, okay, I haven't written anything yet, so I can tie all of it together and do the perspective one that I was wanting to do. So I kind of scrapped everything and started from scratch that night. So
I mean, hey, and that was, it obviously had to be the best thing that you could have ever did because it led into you being the third round champ of Poetry Life yet again. So you had a strategic plan. Was that your plan from the jump? I mean, always was it to just come in here and give these 5 minute poems, or did you have to change that up?
well, I had to change everything up. So I mean, I didn't really come in with a plan. So I would the topic ones, that was kind of easier because you're given a topic, so you're kind of, the plan's already set out for you. But any of the stuff where it was just me, it was just like, all right, let's see where the pen takes me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And it obviously took you to the winning status. But we got one other poet that was in a competition, the Don.
What's up?
Hey, love bug. Happy Sunday.
What's good?
What's good for the day? So you came in this competition. I'm not gonna say second or third, but it wasn't the champ spot. Okay, the second spot. Okay.
Go ahead and flex one time.
So she said she came in second in this competition, which is great. How do you feel about that?
I feel good about it. Shout out to Phin, man. I can't compete with the putting 3 poems together. Like that's wild. But I'm proud of what I did. I'm I really feel like, like Tiffany said, like I really went through a whole journey with the competition as far as like changing up my style, changing up what I was talking about. So I'm kind of proud of it.
Man, that first round and that final round, man, that your cadence of flow on that was sick.
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that. That was
Lord.
that was a live performance, man. That was like that was one of the ones where I told y'all I was doing the beats like off, like they were just giving me beats. That was one
Mm-hmm.
of those ones.
Okay.
Mhm.
So Finn,
Sir.
your 1 day poem. Let me knock it out in 1 day. Let me listen to this live, see what the judges got to say, and but that was a big risk also as well.
Mhm.
You waiting the last day on the last live to see what the judge is gonna say. Then that last day you wrote it, then you performed it. That's very coming in clutch. Like, was you scared or nervous or anything like that?
Oh man, y'all were making fun of my visuals on that first round. Uh, and I know if Eric's watching, man, the dog wasn't intended to be in there. It's just every time I hit record, the dog found its way in the frame, and so when I was going back to add, cut up and add the visuals, everything had the dog in it. So I'm like, well, fuck it. I only got 2 hours to do the other 2 videos left, because I was cutting it real close on that. I think I got the third one submitted like 2 minutes before the deadline. So
So I got a question for you. Your visual, what made you come up with that concept for the mirror?
the mirror, man, I don't know if you listen to uh the start of it. I mean, it was basically about self-reflection. It was
Mm,
about perspective, self-reflection. And if you listen to all 3 poems, they were all going back into looking back and reflection. And I think in all 3 of them, I did the play off of what your car side view mirror says. The objects
mhm.
are closer than they appear. So I mean, all 3 of them had that theme of the mirror in it. So
I
Mm.
definitely caught that, and I enjoyed that. I mean, it was a delight to even see how that all came together. Uh, Miss Nikki Royal is cooking over there and doing her thug dizzle. Don, what your daddy put out there for the day? I know
Uh,
it's his off day, but did he cook?
yeah, he making them chili dogs and stuff. He country, so
I ain't nothing wrong with that. Look, I like a good chili dog. Ain't nothing wrong with
Look,
that. Baby, ain't nothing wrong at all. Sometimes you got to keep it simple. Pops works 6 days a week, so he,
look.
he deserved to throw a little quick meal together. Leave him alone. Shout outs to Glenn
you
Kitchen because he does his thing over there.
Yeah,
know,
most definitely.
definitely had that salmon plate the other day. So yeah,
Mm.
Yeah,
y'all know what it is.
yes, he
Look.
does. So, what you have today, Mr. Phin? You cook? You what you throw together?
I just had some chili.
Everybody doing chili today. I guess it's in
It
the.
was, it was
It's
chili. It was.
Look, we had leftovers. I cooked chicken tetrazzini yesterday,
Mhm.
so
oh
we ate leftovers.
Man, I got a question for y'all. Is it just me? But isn't the food taste a little bit better the second day?
It do because the season set in.
They sure do.
Look,
You know it.
I
I
That's
be
just
what's the
like,
best.
this tastes a lot better than what it did like.
I like
Man,
that, y'all. I don't know about no leftovers. I'm not
It
big.
depends on what I'm not
depends
a
on what
leftover
it
girl
is.
either, but it
Yeah,
depends on what it is. Yeah,
right.
like Nikki said, whatever it is, sometimes that season set in the next day and it be the beast.
But I
Mhm.
mean,
So
if you know
not
how
everything is good leftovers. I'm not gonna lie, I can't eat no
if
leftover
you know how
fish.
to cook, it's gonna be seasoned right the first time. I'm just gonna
Man,
say that.
First of all, it was good the
Mm.
first time, but certain pastas and like meatloaves and stuff like that, the next day is always the best. Your dressing and stuff, all that it'll be the best.
Oh yeah.
So, Mr. Finn, do you cook on a daily basis? Why you over here telling me about mine?
Damn, I'm a certified chef. What you talking about?
Oh, are you? Oh, okay, okay. Well, even on the first day and the second day, mine still hit, but it can't help it that it hit even better on the second and third.
right.
So, hey,
If
Oh,
I do say so myself.
thank you. Exactly.
oh,
But you know,
I'm a leftover eating motherfucker. Don't get it twisted.
oh, okay. Well, then you know it'd be good
But
next day. Stop trying to
I'm
act.
just saying.
You always got to be that damn rebellious kid. There you go,
Yeah.
living up to you.
So I
No.
got a quick question back on to the tournament. The done. So what was your mindset going into the this final round?
My mindset was to give them like who I am as a poet. So like when you got getting compliments on my cadence was pretty cool, because I do want to show you guys like the sensual part of me, the sensuality and the softer part of how I write, because I feel like that's the essence of my poetry. So I wanted to I didn't want to do like a battle rap kind of like feel. I wanted to like with the rawness, I just wanted to give them the essence of how I write.
Miss Exclusive, are you ready to come up? Because you said we never give you a heads up. So are you ready? Thumbs up. All right. She ready to come on in. We got Miss Exclusive to the building, our other contestant from Poetry Life Competition. Hi, ma'am. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Hey.
Look, we have all three final contestants in the last round. We can really talk about this now. We got two of the judges that judged the last round. Like it's a conversation to be had. So, question for both of y'all, Exclusive and the Don. So, when we had dropped the videos, did y'all feel like any other way that like, oh, I felt like I should have won this round, or would you agree that Phineas won all three rounds?
He did win.
Oh, yeah, you first.
Nah, you go first. You want me to go? I'll go. I mean, if me, like, you're just going off how I feel. I mean, I always feel like I'm the winner. So
Okay.
Like,
Talk your ish.
I feel like I took it because of just performance and writing. Like, I mean, I respect Phineas Phin. Like, he can really put some things together, and the way his metaphors are, like, it just kind of like those double entendres.
Yeah.
Those are really, really hard to do. Especially how he did it in probably some hours. That's really, really hard to do. So, I mean, as far as, lyrically, yes, he got it. But I feel like just the whole totality of a poet, I think I got it.
Okay. Talk your ish. The Don.
Miss Exclusive, how do you feel on it?
That's a good question, because to be completely honest, I took some advice that you gave me after round number 4 or 5. I don't remember, but I stopped taking it personal. Literally because everything I did was personal. The backstory that I didn't have time to share, I absolutely was able to coast through. Everything from reconnecting a lost relationship with my daughter, seeing grandkids that I hadn't even met yet, spending time with my god sisters and getting to laugh, and finally breaking my virginity of going and doing an open mic night. So I honestly had to get to a place that respectfully, it didn't matter what you guys thought, because it would have discouraged me. You know what I'm saying? And the things that, and again, respectfully, some of the things that you guys dinged me for wasn't even accurate, so I couldn't take it personal. In the beginning, I was in the end, I felt like, oh shit, I actually got through this thing. So I honestly, I respect each one of these people, each one of the judges, each one of the poets and poetess, because I wouldn't have even been here to have something to say. So I can't be mad at any of it.
Okay. Look, y'all fought a good fight. Y'all made it to the final round, and it wasn't no slack giving. Like, you Exclusive, you went up there on stage and performed your stuff in front of people, and to do it by memory. I know they was saying that you was looking down reading. You like I walked up there
didn't take no paper
empty-handed.
up and didn't take a paper back. It was the first poem I ever memorized. Actually, I did both of them. So those were the first two I ever recited from memory. And to be able to do that, and like I said, to do that in front of my peers, to do that for my daughter, like literally, it was everything for me. So nobody else's opinion mattered. I got jammed up trying to submit my videos because I was at the airport by the time they were time to send off. So you guys got the raw footage of everything. And I can't even complain about that because it was that. It was the raw footage of everything. So yeah, I can't. I don't have no space for it.
So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be the messy villain on this. Since the competition is now over, and nobody's gonna take anything personal, any shots. Now y'all got every right to call bullshit. I know it was bullshit on a couple of times throughout this competition that you did not feel that the scores reflected what you submitted, or that maybe we didn't necessarily understand or follow. Did any of y'all have any of those moments throughout this competition that you had to call BS on when it came to the judges? Go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead,
Don. She quickly raised her hand. Hold on, wait a minute.
I'm sorry, okay?
I don't know. This is no shots. I mean, this is just honest.
She said
this
she
is
was
behind
triggered.
the scenes, the cut. Let's talk about it for real.
No, seriously. Okay, so like, it's the last round, so I did have to call BS because, I mean, like what Eric, like his biggest thing was like, you know, he likes to like Google things and, you know, look things up and kind of break the poems down. And first poem he broke down, he kind of got it wrong as far as the idea of the poem with the conversation. The conversation was to a guy. I guess I did have like a moment where I talked to myself, but it was the conversation with our eyes. That was the conversation I was talking about. It was momentarily, but it was a conversation with our eyes that I was talking about, and I wanted to elaborate on. So I wasn't talking to myself, I was talking to him, but we didn't exchange words. Then the second thing I was triggered on was the third poem, where I mean, of course I could feel where the guys think that it wasn't a finals kind of poem, like it wasn't the finale. But if you break the poem down, it's called A Flamenco Life. And so a flamenco beat is like, if you Google it, it's like I forget what nationality, but it's like a dance, right? A flamenco beat is a certain type of rhythmic dance. And so if I say like a flamenco life, I was describing what that was and just manifesting not manifesting, but personifying what a vibe would feel like in different aspects. But it feels like a rhythmic beat. When people say I'm vibing out on something, I kind of made that into a beat. And so if you break the poem down, I thought that was pretty genius. And if it's something that you could kind of go back and break down like that. But I don't know, that was what I was triggered on. So I thought that would be a great finale poem because of the words that I use and the way that I put that together.
Hey, I loved it. I gave it all 5.
Yeah,
I got you.
I had two judges that felt it. Two judges felt it, and the other 2 kind of didn't get it. But it was so fine with me because I put a lot of thought into that, so I was happy about that.
Look, great work.
I mean, I'm telling you, nobody is taking from your body of work just because. Again, I'm always going to go back to what I always say: just because it doesn't reach this particular person does not mean that it didn't reach anybody else. At the end of the day, that in this competition, you had 2 people that felt like the way that they felt about it, and you had 2 people that didn't. So, I mean, that is just kind of the way that that it fell, and I'm sorry for that. But the poem was actually it was great, and it is.
I would say that went on the whole competition. It was
so is that your bullshit you're calling? You say that this went on the whole competition?
No, it was like 2 judges on either side. It was like 2 judges on the fence on either side throughout the whole competition. And I noticed that with you, and I noticed that with me. So it's like, yeah, I could get 2 judges to give me high scores, and then I'm probably gonna have 2 judges that give me lower scores. But that was like even in the last live before the final round, I was like, I mean, the only thing I could do at this point is shoot for 2 out of 3 of the judges. That's it. So,
I mean, without a doubt, I definitely agree with some of it. I mean, it was definitely a panel of different judges from different walks of life.
Emotional. Hey, y'all.
I know. Look, and what I'm going to call bullshit. I don't think all of us were emotional on this. I did not. At one point, I'm going to defend me. I did not at one point lead with emotions. it wasn't capable for me to lead with emotions because this is not my realm. So I had to lead with my ears and what moved me and what made me feel. And that's just what I honestly went into this. If it moved me and made me feel some type of way, then that's what I gave you. And that's what it reflected for me. I couldn't take this shit personal because I don't know how to take it personal because this is not my realm to even take it personal. So I don't even know where to come from. But I do feel like some people did put some of the judges may have put emotions into it. I think some of the judges may have pinpointed some of their favorites and kind of leaned to it. So I can only speak for me, but definitely for me, I didn't put any emotions. I can't. And that's just real life shit of it.
I feel that.
You know, it's not my lane. So there was no emotions for me to it. I was definitely an open body and an open person and open mind that came into this. And the great thing about it, each and every one of y'all made me love it even more. So I love hearing it. I'm so hyped about creating more things and more avenues for Poetry Life to get out here. So y'all honestly made me a believer, whether it was something that I caught that I necessarily didn't understand, Don, and I do apologize because again, I am a fresh ear and a new ear. That's what y'all got for this. So some things did go over my head. I said that quite a bit to Phineas. God damn it, I don't understand a damn thing you said. But I'm going to try to figure it out, or I'm going to break it down or have somebody. And I had to go back to my husband like, hey, break this down to me so I can basically understand. So some things I didn't. They did kind of get me. But for me, I honestly went off of, I like the way this made me feel. I like the cadence of it. I like the flow of it. I like the words behind it. So that was for me. But I do feel like, man, it was some some BS shit that went on throughout the competition that I really just got a call that I just personally didn't like.
I'm gonna say this. I think for the most part, man, I think the judges did a great job.
Oh yeah. Everybody did a great job. Everybody did a great job. But we're not gonna sit up here and say that it was some moments we were like, I didn't feel that, or I didn't feel justified in that.
I got 13 reasons to be upset at something.
You do. But
18 reasons because he gave me that's 18. Like,
oh man. Oh, you did. You did.
Hit me.
You do, my dog.
So how did you feel about getting that 18? Did you feel disrespected?
I did a little bit because my thing is, dude, y'all also another one thing I forgot to mention was I did the poem to Miles Davis Flamenco Sketches. So that's how the poem kind of came up. So I went off of the title of the song, Flamenco Sketches, and then I made my own spin on it. So I was just like, I thought Eric would eat it up, and he didn't eat that up. So he was just like 18. I'm like, oh.
Question: did y'all ever feel like throughout the competition that you got one bit of an advice, and then when y'all changed to kind of contour to the advice that you got when you got to that next poem, you're like, what the fuck, y'all didn't? This is what you said, but then it didn't even reflect.
Absolutely.
Did y'all feel like that on some of it? Like confused as hell. Okay. I felt like that with some of the things that I felt like we were judging, and then some of the things that we said. Like I would
like the first performance round. Yeah, definitely. Because I would have put me a video or something up too instead of trying to do it live. Like definitely.
Okay, but I mean, you did great, Miss Nikki Royale. You did, especially coming out of your comfort zone of doing what y'all did, especially you and exclusive. Y'all did something that y'all never did before, and that was a great thing. And I, applause to y'all, Miss Dawn. I already told you, hands down, your performance skills are great. I've seen you perform, and they can only get better from here. Mr. Phin, this was my first time seeing you perform. You came to my house and you did your thug dizzle, but I don't pay y'all no attention. So I'm glad at this moment I got to pay some attention to the skills and the art that you all got. So I mean, y'all killed it. I mean, every last one of y'all, even exclusive has her admire. She got a couple of admirers out here that she done gained from this. Look at her. But Mr. Phin, being on top, being on this, like, how do you truly feel? Are you ready for competition number 4? You need a break. What's your game plan for the champ?
I mean, I'm gonna chill for a hot second. I got some business I got to attend to for a little bit. I do want to keep encouraging everybody to write, and so I'm probably gonna have some little small things like 10 days writing a poem a day for 10-day things that I'm probably gonna throw out there, and I hope everybody participates in it because the best thing a writer can do is write. Just always write. Just no matter what, write. And so I'll probably throw out some topics or something and be like, hey, just write about this. And then it doesn't have to be, you know, something that's going up against anything, but the fact that you're writing consistently is going to improve your craft dramatically. So I want to be here on this platform to help other people grow and you know, help the platform grow as well. So I'm really
So I got a question for the champ. So what do you thought about the other two poems or other two poets' work in this final round?
He's so messy.
So exclusives first round. I like the topic, man. I thought what she was talking about was dope. It was way too short, and I mean the car video was. It wasn't. The video wasn't good. I mean, it took what, like almost 50 seconds to get to a 30-second poem. So I mean, that took a lot away from it.
Not so much, because we gonna act like I'm sitting here in your face. Be nice to me. Thank you.
Me telling you the truth is being nice. I'm not gonna sugarcoat nothing. Me telling you
I don't want to hear it. Be nice to me in a correcting way.
Talk to her nice.
Go ahead. Talk your ish, Phin.
In that, the best thing that you had, you gave the least of in that poem. So, I mean, the quality of it and in the presence of it, it was like almost a commercial instead of the performance. I mean, Dawn, your first one, I mean, your performances are always great. Your writing is something that I would want to speak with you personally about, and how to get more out of what you're saying in a more profound way, because there's sometimes I see where you're trying to take it, but it takes so long to get there sometimes. And so that would be something on that. On both of your Vegas ones, I mean, Dawn, your Vegas video, I mean, it looked like a clip for a movie. I mean, it was great. So, I mean, but again, it's the performance and the style and stuff. I thought I was about to see a Netflix premiere after I saw that.
Scores reflected 25.
Yeah,
they did.
Yeah.
And then,
Yeah.
and exclusive, I mean, your stand up, and I know it being your first experience doing that, I mean, it was just all dope. I think exclusive, your writing has really stepped up from the first poem, because your first written poem, if I was a judge, you wouldn't have made it that first round.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. She did good.
No, if it's that first round, and
was it the first one?
She had the highest score.
Yeah, the first one she did good. Bullshit. Her and Nikki Royale. To be honest with you, they were killing your ass in this shit. the first, we're not gonna spike that shit. The first two rounds, they were mopping your ass, whether you were giving a full shit or not.
What you tell me all the time? I said what I said, and fuck you. All right.
You goddamn right. Well, then shit, fuck it. Talk your shit, then. All right.
Why I'm saying that is, it was a written poem, and I know you were just getting into it, but it just looked like a text. It looked like a text that you were sending somebody. The way that the words were misspelled, the punctuation, it didn't feel like a poem. It just felt like you talking shit to a girlfriend at night text. And I'm like,
but that's on purpose. It was supposed to look like that.
I get that, but in a written poetry format, I'm saying I would never buy that book. If you had put that poem in a book the way it was written, I would not touch it. Is what I'm saying. If for what we were doing, that would be one that would not make it on my list on that. So
okay.
He talking spicy.
He did. He talked his shit. Okay.
He talking spicy.
It's you know, but go ahead. Go ahead.
So I'm saying what I love about it is I'm seeing everybody grow in it, and I'm seeing the writing skills getting better, and I'm seeing the confidence being built up, and I love that. So, and I want everybody to continue to get that, because the more you write, the more you perform, the better you're gonna get. Period.
Most definitely.
Hands down. So, Miss Exclusive, what did you think about your fellow poets, and what they submitted in? I mean, and this is open floor.
I went from feeling like I was way out of my league to if I had to lose to somebody, I'm glad it was one of these two. And it's not against anybody else, because everybody that I heard from I would have felt equally about it. It's just that I at least made it this far. So the two people that I was kind of tennis matching with, because I got to see the depths of to some degree, because I called probably our third Zoom. I said, Phin, I feel like you've been bullshitting the whole time, and you just going like pull something out your ass and sprinkle it, and we're gonna be like, and that's exactly what happened. So I mean, I was looking forward to seeing what the hype was about, and I got that opportunity. So yeah, it is what it is. When I say I'm new, I'm a virgin, so I was just glad to be in the number. I really mean that this time. Now, if the same thing happens next year, then I might, I might need a diaper on my little, I might need a pamper. But this time I was as on my shit as I could possibly be.
Okay.
Miss Nikki
And it
Roy.
was enough that even if it made somebody else step up, I did my job. Even if it made me step up, I did my job. So, hey, at this point, I got a whole slogan and everything. So
there you go. Look, everybody done got a slogan this season. Apparently, everybody done created one, so don't feel bad. Join the club. Miss Nikki Royale. Now, for you to be actually in the competition, turned judge,
Right.
How do you feel that the competition, how did it move along to you? Did you have some BS moments that you wanted to call? I mean, how did you feel this went?
I mean, yes, I had a few BS moments in the first couple of rounds. Obviously, I wasn't the only one because that judge isn't here anymore. But
Hey, sorry, baby. I mean, that y'all have every right to be truthful. I mean, you entered into this, and that's what we tried to give you all the
Headshot.
best judges we could give. But with
I
that
know,
being
you know what I'm
said, I mean,
saying?
your
Hey.
fellow poets, and I mean, how did you feel about it?
Everybody did great. Every round I was looking forward to, what everybody was, submitting and what they were writing. Because, this is also my first time coming out my shell, even sharing any kind of poetry or writing with anybody outside of myself, pretty much, really. So, it was a very enjoyable experience. I got to meet some great, dope poetry people, getting it, y'all gonna put me in a lane. I get to learn from y'all, listen to your cadence. Listen, I'm a word girl. I love words. I feel like, Phin, he got the fucking thesaurus or whatever fuck he got over there that he looking in every goddamn day.
It's Google. Everybody's got it.
Listen. Hey, listen. Back in the day, before the Google and all that, we used to go to your auntie house or your grandma's house and all them goddamn encyclopedias lined up in alphabetical order. Well, he was in them.
Listen, you motherfuckers for fun.
Okay.
He's a beast. Can't deny that.
But I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like I really like Phin's style. As far as when it comes to writing and putting the way he put everything together, like that. His style speaks to me a whole lot. So, I love Exclusive. I love her cadence. I love the calm of her voice. The way she, insinuates certain parts of her poetry. Like it's like I can't even. She just be like, "Look, do you hear me? Are you listening? Do you get this?
Go. She
you go right." She's very, very commanding. My girl Dawn, you know what I'm saying? I love hers. She always give us that good old school Love Jones feel. I love it. Her performances. I've been like, dang, I need to get in front of a mic and, record myself and see how I sound. She made me feel like we in the studio. So, I loved watching all of you guys. I loved competing with you guys. I really enjoy even having the chance to judge you guys. And, I'm just ready for what's next, for us to get out there and get it. Like, I'm really excited. I am.
You're a great judge, by the way, Nikki. Where you came in there.
You did. She came in handling business. She
Look.
definitely had some things to say and had to put people in their place
Look.
all the way up to the top dog. So we
Look.
are not mad at her. She made sure she came here and pulled punches for you guys,
Well, no,
without a doubt. She
one thing
did. So
the one thing I really respected about what the judges did, and some of them did it sometimes. Eric did it quite a bit of times, but when you take apart and like this was the piece that stood out to me, and I think you did that in every one. That's the one that for the artist, that's like, okay, you actually did read it, you did hear it. You know, it's like giving back.
Yes.
So I appreciated when you were judging.
Absolutely. Hey, when I seen your shirt, I said, "Oh, he got the pie shirt on. Okay, it's 324 in us. All right." He said he ain't come to play. He said he the mathematician today with the words. I got you. Listen.
Yeah. Miss Dawn, how you feel about it and your fellow contestants?
Man, hey, like we got a nice group right here. Like I feel like Phin, he gives me Andre 3000 vibes, you know what I'm saying? Miss Exclusive give me Jill Scott, you know, her voice, her cadence, you know what I'm saying? We got Floetry over here with Nikki, you know what I'm saying? Like so I don't know, and I'm baby Lauren Hill, so
she done named herself. Y'all got a whole group. All right.
So it's like, I don't know, man. I loved it. I did like Finn's poem. His first poem was like that took it out the park, especially with how he did the video, because he's like, look at this perspective, and then boom, he goes and he flashes off into the perspective. And I thought that was just, I kept going back to that part. I'm like, how he just Houdini, like it was crazy. And then I loved Exclusive's live performance, because we do have to note that was her first time doing that, and she didn't bring a paper, she didn't mess up, and she didn't speed, she didn't stutter. I really actually loved how she performed. You kind of like, she was just better than a lot of people who do this all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I just felt like that was commendable. And Nikki coming in as a judge, I mean, when I saw that, I knew we was gonna have an actual like an actual breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Because Nikki, when she writes, I'm still like on her poetic justice poem. I'm still stuck on it.
Right.
I know that she was gonna break it down the right way, and she did. She gave it to us. So that's
how guys.
Mr. TK. I mean, with you being the man that puts this together, being able, I know that you had a lot of one-on-ones with a couple of people throughout this competition. How do you feel about the poets and how it all turned out?
It turned out crazy. It's like I expected it, but I expected it not like this. Last year, this is a better tournament than it was last year. It's a lot more talented writers, poetries in this thing. And I felt like they took it serious all the way to the end. Honestly, the first round, I thought like, oh, Dawn, she ain't gonna make it. Hope she can tighten up and pull it through from the first round. Then you hear every round you stepped it up. You took the criticism like, okay, all right, I got you. Wait till I got something for y'all next. Then even the Exclusive, when she took over the first 2 rounds, and she was like, she felt comfortable. It was like her poems was incredible. She made it to the first, the second, and the third. I think she was like the second highest in the third. Probably. So she kept the momentum going. And Nikki Royale, her story, like I said, that probably the best poem that I heard. Poetic Justice, like I said, you created the movie.
Thank you, guys.
And the thing is, when you write, you want to create that movie for people, so people can picture themselves seeing what you seeing, and you gave great detail in that poem, so you can visualize what she was saying. And like when I say when you writing, that's how you write. You want to paint a picture. You want to talk about everything that you could possibly see, so the people can sit right there and just visualize. And the done. Man, her storytelling, your performance, and the thing is, you evolved You involved. You gave the Las Vegas. I felt like that was your best poem.
Yeah, I do. I agree with that. That was dope.
That Las Vegas, like, and I told my wife, I said, I felt like the Dunn should have won that second round. Hands down. That poem was fire. You know, I told the champion. I told the champion. I said, you would have lost that round. If it was up to me, you would have lost that round. You know what I mean? But
no.
But
I mean,
Hey.
she got 325s on that round. So it spoke for itself with the judges that it needed to resonate or where it needed to resonate. Look, I mean, honestly, her and Nikki Roy, I mean, her and Exclusive tied with a 93. So y'all both killed it. It wasn't like this was a landslide type shit. We're not gonna sit here and act like this was some landslide shit. This shit was like very, very close. It was smidges here and smidges here. Like it was to be honest with y'all, like it was all you could do was pull out the technical. Like honestly, you could go versus okay, the Don video was better technically animated or executed better than the Phin or the word series. Like it was little shit like that you had to go on. And to be honest with you, that was petty shit. But because y'all shit was so good, we had to come down to like little petty shit to try to break the distinguish between the two because I mean y'all were good. I can't like it was good and you can't deny it. It was very freaking hard. Like you gotta cut us some like, when your first poem to Don, I gave you a 23. Like I had to cut out, I had to take 2 points, I had to take 2 points from something. I'm like, okay, I can't give you at all, you know. So it was hard. It was literally points. So we're not gonna say this was landslide shit because all you guys were right here neck and neck. And I think y'all did it throughout the entire competition. It was a neck and neck. It wasn't no landslide shit. Everybody, y'all were always close. So
even before that last round, I told somebody I was talking to, I was like, I don't know if I can get 3 poems or even 2 out of 3 against the competition that's in there. So I mean, like I could do what I could do and that's it. So I was just as surprised as y'all. I didn't think it was gonna go that way, and it was real tough.
So
definitely.
Nikki Royale. Would you come in being a pop-up judge on short notice?
Yes.
What's your mindset on judging these poems when you was calculating your points and scores on this final? Because, like I said, this final round was very important. You know, these scores are very, you know, I tried to, test you. I threw a little jug out there like, are you sure this your score?
You tried to.
I said what I said.
Yeah, I'm like, you scoring them or we scoring them?
Okay. Hey, I mean, she got it there. She got it there, but like, I had to make sure, you know what I mean?
And I'm so glad she's came in here and stuck her foot down on that note because there was a lot of times I had to say that, and as being his wife, it doesn't come out that great, for me. But I said it quite a bit of times, like, do you want us to do this or did you want to do this? Like, which one of us?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you put a job in our hands, and whether you like what it said, it is what it is. So you gotta take it for what it is, and you cannot diminish anybody's feelings about how it was because that's not right. The way you feel is the way you feel, and the way I feel is the way I feel. And God damn it, you stood on that shit, and I appreciate it.
Right.
I appreciate it.
But Nikki, go ahead and spill the beans on how you felt.
I felt really good judging. I came in with an open mind. I'm very familiar, of course, with how everybody writes. I did have very high expectations. Before I even started scoring, I listened to everybody's rounds about 3 times because I was at work and I wasn't doing that much. So allegedly. I was working, but not stay work. Okay. So, I listened to everything. I listened to every round over and over because I wanted to make sure that I did give everything like fair justice from, how I felt in my perspective and how I felt like, this could probably be more. So I did take it very seriously. I love all y'all. But when I was listening, to Phin's, I probably listened to his the most. because I did want to make sure I was understanding what I was listening to, and then also with him putting everything together, because I was like, wait, did he? At first, when I listened, I was like, did he do 2 Vegas rounds? Like that's what I thought at first, because
Yeah.
I did, because of the way I did come in, I didn't know exactly like what was going on. I wasn't on the line when that conversation was had either, so I had to do a little bit more work. For exclusive, like her 3rd round poem, I listened to it quite a few times as well. I loved it. I did.
Mm-hmm.
And I said one day I'm gonna get on stage and do that. The Dawn, hers, I listened to it. The 2nd round, the one with the casino scene, it didn't really speak to me that much. I just didn't. I just was looking for a little bit more for like a Vegas round from her. I'm so used to seeing her perform as well, so I didn't even get the performance part in there either. So I was just kind of like, oh. So that was why I kind of like scored it the way I did. I did listen to it a few times to make sure that I was being fair. So hey, I pulled out lines that spoke to me, and each one of y'all that I felt spoke to me. Because I wanted to let y'all know, hey, I listened to y'all stuff.
Look,
Like I
look,
listened intentionally, very
look.
intentionally, very. So I just hope that you guys enjoy me being your judge. I hope I wasn't too bad or too hard.
No, you was great.
I hope I did a good job. They asked me, and I was like, okay, I'm step in and help my peers out, and make it do what it do.
So Phin, I have a question for you.
Yeah, yeah.
You were saying that your first poem was, you felt like your first round was your best round.
Yeah, man, I put work into that one. That you talk about 5-minute writing. No, that was not 5-minute writing. That first poem, that was probably about 2 hours. And I don't know if I know for a fact y'all did catch everything in there, and I wanted to share some things that I know.
Listen, don't play with it, don't play with it. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
It said, I'd like to submit this piece for peer review. Observe the hindsight vision is empirical. Let's reflect on the surface before we dive deeper. Stand on the pier, the view, the sun's ray hovered like a Germanic surname. It's bright in this moment, so were our spirits too. So in that part, I'm talking about growing up in Dallas, Texas, and taking what little vacations we have at Lake Ray Hubbard. So when I say the sun's ray hovered like a Germanic surname, Hubbard is a Germanic surname meaning bright spirit. So when I say Ray Hubbard, I'm talking Ray Hubbard. Like there's things that I had to investigate and look into to do it. And then I even had a Pokemon reference in that first one that nobody caught, which was
Talk
dope.
that Pokemon shit.
Yeah, and I ain't never even watched Pokemon, but it was dope, so I went with it. Where we at? Yeah, so I said a brief relief from every proton being an impediment to. I'm not trying to be negative, but there is very few electric recollections to Pikachu's. So electric.
Listen, I couldn't put every line down on the damn thing to judge you for my brother.
And
okay?
first of all, I had, and sir, I had to
Okay.
catch something in that bullshit that I said I didn't get the first time. Cause it reflected in your scores. He always got something to say. Dang.
Yeah, I do.
We heard
Hey,
you.
but that was
We
fire.
heard
Don't
you.
be trying to judge us.
I know.
Fire.
Like we did reflected. We honestly got it.
I give
I
y'all
mean-
22s across the board. 22.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm taking my fives back, damn
Look,
it.
for real.
Give my fives back.
Them 22s.
Wow.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'm gonna take that 22. Go with it.
I take
Taking
422s. All right.
We will, you know.
Right there.
Hey man.
Oh my
But
God.
the champ, how does
No,
it
but-
feel to go through this whole journey and become champion again, yet again? We are here again. We was here around this time last year. We are here again.
I mean,
It was tough. The competition was tough this time. This was one everybody's like, oh, you were bullshitting or whatever. No, I wasn't. I was putting my my pen to paper. That's what I can do, and I didn't know if I was gonna win or not. So I was just as surprised as everybody else. I just had a good idea, and it went in with the perspective that I was already talking about. So I don't know if the viewers or whatever know this, but basically my first poem and my Vegas poem were the same thing told from two different perspectives. So they were the exact same story, one from my life growing up, and then one just a weekend trip in Vegas. So I mean, they're not identical, but enough to where it's the exact same story, but from two different perspectives. And to bring the third one back in about the universe and our limited existence can be conflated to a weekend trip to Vegas.
This man got to keep reminding us how a beast that he is. We got it, man. We got it. That's why you are the champ. You are a beast, and you are lyrically great at what you do, man.
So I gotta ask this to Exclusive and Adon. So when y'all seen his videos of him tying all 3 rounds together, what did you think?
It was good. Like when you get to the third one, you can hear all the other lines coming into like fruition, and it comes together. I'm like, oh, I was like, oh, well, yeah, you got that. I couldn't.
Yeah.
And I was like, nope. And if that's what they want, that's what they got. And Phin did that. Oh
yeah.
In one day.
Probably in an hour. He probably hit that mug in an hour and then memorized it. He flowed. He didn't mess up. It was good. I liked it for sure.
He did great.
Exclusive. What was your thoughts?
To be completely honest, I was like, look, I didn't already started memorizing 2 poems by the time, because remember, I spent a month home. So I wasn't at home in my zone. I was having to recreate this comfort zone in somebody else's space and house. So I was like, look, I already started memorizing these 2 poems. And then I saw the live that you guys did where Nana was like, you know what would be dope is if they could tie all of these together. And I was like, shit, I already started memorizing these 2, and I'm not getting ready to try to figure out where we gonna put this together. So we just gonna give it what we give it. I wasn't even planning on doing. I only decided on doing the lives like literally at the last minute, because one of my friends from home was like, so you write poetry? And I was like, I mean, yeah, my spare time. And she was like, oh, great. There's an open mic night on Thursday. I'm going to sign you up. That's literally how that happened. And I was like, yeah, no, ma'am. Get somebody else. So she was like, yeah, I was literally the only person who spit without paper. The only person, which is why for the people who know like my page, my personal page, if you pay attention to the slideshow, there was only one other, or there was one other after that, some other guys got up, but it was only one African-American gentleman initially, the older gentleman. And he literally came up to me and he was like, I've been writing poetry for a really long time, but I absolutely respect the fact that you did not use paper. So those are the pictures that I took where he's like shaking my hand. When I tell you the experience was everything, it was just everything. So yeah, I didn't have time to tie all of that together because I was already memorizing the first 2, and that wasn't going with nothing else.
It's okay. It's all right.
And I can tell in your performance how you memorized it, because you kind of, your movements, your tone, the levels in your voice and stuff, like you was real comfortable up there, and that let me know like, yeah, she memorized, she got this thing down. Cause
she told y'all like a week before. She said I'm memorized. I'm almost got my 3rd one memorized. She said that like a week before. So yeah.
Look.
And it wasn't no short one either.
No.
Look. It was one of them. It was one of them. I'm like, if you would have just cut it out, like what's he say, ejection?
Oh, you yell.
Yeah.
Objection.
Objection. Yeah.
And you said a couple of lines. You said a couple of words after that. If you would have cut it off right after that, that would have been fire.
I still was.
That would have been fire. Because sometimes if you write a little bit too long, it can get drawn out. So if you would have, after they yelled and after you said that last line, and you would have cut it off, it would have been perfect. Fire.
I enjoyed it all. Y'all know me. It's about that time for Beautifully Nana. But my three ladies, are y'all ready for Wednesday? I'm so excited to have you guys to have this woman talk, to just talk and get this Beautifully Us going. I'm super excited, ladies. I can't tell you guys how much I am. It's truly a pleasure to have you guys on the platform, or just period, just have been knowing you guys or building this friendship that we have.
Absolutely.
So it's a blessing to have you guys come on Wednesday. Mr. Phin, I will have you come on sometime here, just so we can talk about you and your cadence and your championship and how you do. Definitely would love to just pick your brain out in the open. But ladies, I am definitely going to ask you whatever. So I hope there is no questions that are off limit, because I got shit to talk,
Hey,
Make sure you bring your wine. Make sure you bring make sure you bring your wine. Look at it. That's my girl over there. She always ready. So y'all get y'all lives ready so we can have us some real talk.
And I might crash the party.
You know what? No. This is not for you. I mean, no.
Look, they say it's not.
You stay out the studio this time, okay?
Well, he's a technical guy, so he's gonna be behind the scenes.
Okay.
We're gonna put him behind the scenes, but
that's fine. You just gotta watch it like everybody else.
There we go. Exactly.
Hey, this is her platform. I'm just working for her,
Beautiful.
Look, I'm glad this on live, because we ain't gonna never hear this again.
You
gonna swear to God he didn't say this, y'all.
This is only entertainment.
Oh
wow.
Time stamp 56 minutes.
There you go. Exactly. Look, I'm glad you said that, Phin. When I got to run this back, I can just cut to the chase.
Right.
Hey, but before we get up out of here, Phin, I think I have your CashApp. What is your CashApp for? I can send you this thriller.
Let me hold $20.
First round on you, brother. Let's get it.
I called
$ Phineas White.
Okay. All right. $ Phineas White.
That hurt, TK, for real.
So wait, Phin, how you feel about the side competition? The not using the word the. How you feel about that?
Your poem was fire.
Let's talk about it. Yeah.
You did it. You definitely did it. You get nasty on there. I'm
She did that. For those of y'all who have not seen Miss Exclusive's poem, please go to Poetry Life. Go in there and y'all can see her poem that she did not use the word "the" throughout the entire poem, and she killed it. So shout outs to Miss Exclusive. We have not had any contenders come back at her yet, so she has set that bar all by herself. Let's see who wants to bite, but the poem
Eric
was fire.
Eric said he was getting on that, and I think Dawn said she was going to touch on that. So
did I say that?
I did. Don said, "Don't put my name in that." I wasn't even in that.
None of that.
I don't even think Miss Dawn was on the live that night. Was you, Don?
Wasn't.
I wasn't saying I was doing that one.
I didn't think. Yeah, I don't think either. Okay.
Thank you, Nana.
And here's the thing. Here's how I feel about it. Deacon Curry don't have a vajayjay, so I'm going to still be on top of that.
Well,
Deacon Reverend.
That.
She said God gave us something he didn't give you. So, well, with that note being said, y'all know my motto. It's your girl, Beautifully Nana. Follow me on all platforms. Can't wait to see y'all Wednesday. And if you don't know what else to do, be you always fully. And if they don't like it, fuck you.
We out. Hey, before we leave, go ahead, Phin. Lead us out this. You know, you're the champion. Lead us out with your slogan, man.
I ain't your hero. I ain't your villain. I'm just me. I'm Phin the human.
We out.
All right.